Welcome to MIP Politecnico di Milano and welcome to Italy. MIP is located in one of the most attractive centers in Lombardy, a region whose GDP per capita exceeds the UE median. Milan is a city made for entrepreneurs, for enjoying art, culture and design, shopping and shared mobility. It's a city for enjoying life. Milan, it's a city made for you. At MIP, you'll be part of the Politecnico di Milano's ecosystem, a university ranked in the top 20 worldwide, welcoming more than 46,000 students from all over the world. Indeed, MIP, together with the Department of Management Engineering, forms the Politecnico di Milano School of Management. International accreditation bodies like AMBA and EQUIS endorse the school, while its masters and MBAs are ranked among the best in Europe. MIP is a non-profit consortium limited company whose board includes both Politecnico di Milano and a group of market-leading companies. This results in strong links with the business community. Thanks to this partnership, students can benefit from a balanced mix between academic knowledge and real-world experience in the form of company presentations, in-company lessons, and networking events. The school works every day to maximize its positive impact on society. For this reason, MIP is the only business school in Europe among B Corp certified companies, a recognition given to enterprises which are characterized by their commitment to sustainable development and to building a more inclusive society. At MIP, future is digital. Since the launch of Flex eMBA, the executive MBA delivered in digital learning, our engagement in the digitalization of the school has skyrocketed. Today, we feature in all the major global rankings, including FD and QS. Another pillar of our school is internationalization. For us, being international means developing a wide network of partner business schools all around the globe. It means having a community of more than 50,000 alumni living in all four corners of the world, linked to the wider Politecnico di Milano alumni community, which counts more than 200,000 members. It means gaining exposure in international media such as The Economist, Forbes, and the Financial Times. Are you ready to discover MIP? We're looking forward to meeting you.
Great, welcome everybody and welcome to this webinar about the MIP programs from MIP Politecnico di Milano and with a company representative from Ferrari. So we are going over to these two great speakers in a minute. However, first of all, I'd like to briefly explain you a little bit about the options in this webinar. My name is Luc Mulling. I'm the host of today, and we have a very interactive session for you. That is that we can interact in different ways. First of all, I already saw some of you chatted to us where they're from. That's great to see. You can indeed do that through the chat panel. Now, if you have any questions, you can write these questions best in the panel called questions at the right bottom. And we will be dealing with the questions either throughout the session or for sure at the end. And we have a time for a Q&A part as well. Besides that, we will have a couple of polling questions open. I will start opening up these questions later on, just to get some more information and feedback from you as well. And besides that, we also have the option to interact with us in a little fun way through emoticons. So at the bottom of the screen, you can react, well, whenever you like something or in any way. Exactly, that's the way you can do that. Thank you. And just to make it a bit more interactive and fun as well. But most of all, it is important also for everybody to know that both live audience and people watching the recording, you can all participate in all these ways. So even the people that are watching the recording, you can still write your questions. Please take advantage. Of course, they cannot be answered live in this session. However, they will be sent through to the staff of MIP Politecnico di Milano, so they can come back to you probably by email. Okay, without further ado, I would like to start with, of course, the presenters that we have lined up for you as you join to hear from them. Well, first of all, we start with the presenter from Ferrari. We have Mr. Dennis De Munck. He will briefly introduce himself.
Thank you, grazie mille. Welcome, wonderful to see you from so many different nationalities. My name is Dennis. I am originally from the Netherlands. I have been now working and living in Italy for the last 9 years. And as you see with the yellow in the background, I'm working in Maranello in Ferrari. I'm responsible for the relationship with universities. MIP Politecnico is, of course, one of the key partners, or vice versa. Ferrari is one of the partners supporting and working together with the MIP Politecnico di Milano ever since I joined the company 9 years ago. It allows to accompany the growth of professionals at all levels, to work on case studies, hopefully to have once every so often a Ferrari car parked next to the campus, not to drive it, but to inspire, of course, of what you can do after the Politecnico and after your different degrees. I will give you a presentation about the company later on. I first of all give you back the microphone for the further introductions. Grazie. See you in a moment.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie. I am working at MIP's admissions team, and I have been part of the university since 2014. I'm originally from Germany, but have been in Italy since 2014. I am here to talk a little bit about our school. For those of you who don't know it yet, I will give a brief introduction on that. And later on, after the company presentation from Ferrari, then I will introduce you to a few selected programs that we are offering at the school. All right, so then I think I'll just start right away with the brief introduction. So those of you who just seen the video, okay, you know, we are the Business School of Politecnico di Milano, which is the #1 technical university in Italy, and among the top 20 universities worldwide, with very, very strong suits in design, architecture, and engineering. Why is this important for you to know? Because Politecnico is the institution that will be awarding your degree when you study with us. So upon graduation, receive a master degree from Politecnico di Milano. However, you will actually join the business school. MIP is a consortium of different shareholders. So the majority of our shareholders are actually companies coming from the business world and the industry that help us design our programs. And why is this important for you to know? Because you can rely on the fact that, first of all, these programs help us to design the programs, and this means they give us very valuable feedback. So they know which kind of skills and competences are requested in the business world. And we take their feedback and we try to implement this into our master programs. And you will also have the possibility to really amplify your network while studying with us, right? This is a very important thing, specifically if you think about postmaster job opportunities. You already have the possibility to connect with these partner companies. All of our programs are offered in official collaboration with partners, different partners. So this is also what we want to do with today's presentation, the company presentation from Ferrari, show you, right, how we work together with these companies and how you can yourself use these excellent networking opportunities. And just a quick word on our purpose. So we are committed to inspire and partner with innovators and shape a better future for all. So this is the motto that is at the base of all the programs that we are designing, and basically at the base of everything that we do here in the business school. And we hope that this is something that you can identify with and that you would also like to do. Just a few more words on these corporate connections that we foster in the school. So how do you personally, how would you benefit from this, right? So at the end of your studies, you have the possibility to do a project work, which can be an internship within a company, for example. Another way in which these companies are involved are through company visits. So they may invite you as a student to come to their premises and see how they, for example, show their supply chain management, or depending on the company, show you their premises and see, you can see in local basically what their daily business activities are. These companies also send their speakers on campus, and I think Mr. De Munck knows this very well, right? That every now and then we will have company presentations on campus, and you will get to interact with the company representatives directly. And these companies may also pose challenges to you as well. And then, of course, then the job interviews. So we also do offer on-campus recruitment days that you can participate in, and where you then can interact directly with the companies. But just to give you a slight overview of what is possible when studying with us, Also in the video, this was mentioned, the accreditations, but we have a little update here. So I just wanted to mention that we are now triple accredited. So we will wear the triple crown with the AACSB AMBA and EQUIS accreditation, which we're very proud of. Just wanted to point this out for those of you who have a look at these kinds of things, right? Accreditations help us to make sure that we deliver really high quality teaching and very high quality programs. The same goes for rankings, of course, and here we are featured in Financial Times ranking and QS, for example. Yes, so the B Corp certification just really means that we really are committed to the highest standards of social and environmental impact. So this is something that's very important to us, also something that will be featured in the programs and in your curriculum, which I just really wanted to stress before we move on to the company presentation of Ferrari, which of course is the highlight of today's presentation.
Grazie. My highlight, of course, is the partnership together with MIP Politecnico di Milano. But that's the reason why we've been doing that for the last 9 years already. There's a symbiosis between the business side as well as the engineering or management engineering side. So there is a natural partnership. Never mind that we are 2 hours away. Maranello is 2 hours away from Milano, but it makes for a fantastic day out into Maranello, or vice versa, from my point of view, a day back over to Milano, and to go back to campus and share some insights, hopefully what you will see, some best practices. As said, my responsibility in Ferrari is head of university relations. We work with business as well as engineering universities and all kind of topics, but only with a few of them in dedicated partnership that allows to share in much more detail, to work on case studies, to share the best practices and how to go forward, i.e. to co-design on some topics through case studies or others in order to come up together as joint solutions. That's the method of working together with MIP Politecnico as well as in Ferrari. I wanted to give you just a few slides and a short video as well to be even Stevens together with the team with MIP Politecnico. And after that, we will hand back over to you. Let's go for a brief video. It's only 2 minutes, but hopefully it's one of the best insights of what Ferrari and what Italy can offer you all together.
How do you tell the story of a passion? A passion born of the spirit of racing, carried in the hearts of enthusiasts everywhere. That defies time, age, language, and culture. That unites young and old, individuals and team, employees and owners in a lifelong sense of belonging. How do you capture the constant desire to push boundaries, master new technologies, adapt and evolve, to blend tradition and innovation, yet still stay true to your DNA? How do you capture the essence of what must be lived to be understood? For this is the essence of what it means to be Ferrari. To epitomize the power of lifelong passion, the beauty of limitless human achievement, creating timeless icons for a changing world.
Fantastic. I think we'll go back over to, let's see, I guess I'm going to be in charge of the slides. I wanted to give you an insight briefly of an iconic Italian, Enzo Ferrari himself, the founder of the company. The key point is, like the foundation of Politecnico di Milano and MIP, it takes the energy, the passion, and above all, the will to go forward into the future, to co-invent the future. And that aligns the university together with Ferrari altogether. Ferrari is working with two different logos, okay, with two ecosystems. And when we're working together with MIP on a case study, it's either going to be one or the other, but not both. What do I mean by that? On the left, you see the prancing horse in black. It's iconic. It stands for Italian luxury exclusivity, performance on the stock market, and a strong brand altogether. On the right, with the Modena Giallo, the yellow of the city of Modena, you see the racing emblem. You see the tricolore of Italy at the top, and the writing Scuderia Ferrari, the racing team. These are the activities that we have with our partners that may well be with the university, and certainly also with the owners of Ferrari cars on track. So the yellow logo means we have an on-track activity as opposed to a corporate responsibility and activity on the left. And the working environment, again, is very similar to you have seen during your programs before joining the master program with the different and respective companies that you come from. Ferrari is working on 4 different areas. Innovation into the future, to invent the Ferrari of the future in its shapes and sizes. Working together with a focus, okay? You cannot multitask on 50 things in order to reach perfection. It's got to be focused. You work that as a team together. The team is always stronger and more powerful than the individual, but the individual brings the skills and value added into the team's environment to check, to improve, and go forwards. Working together with the MIP Politecnico allows us a framework in order to deliver and to succeed as a team together. And last but not least, we're never done of learning. It's ongoing. So we need to have the appetite together to be curious, to look to improve, and to learn on and on of what is happening in the rest of the world. Ferrari is working, you will see that in a moment, with 57 different nationalities, pretty much in line with the number of nationalities at the MIP Politecnico di Milano program. So super international. And in that sense, we have the opportunity to bring best practices from around the world, from Silicon Valley, from Greater China, from Japan, from South Africa, from the Netherlands, as well as from Italy, in our cases, from Germany as well, with all due respect to Anne, of course. But we bring all that into Maranello and to MIP to make sure that we can evaluate the best advantage to go forward. Here we have our 2 gentlemen drivers, Charles and Carlos, from Monte Carlo and from Spain, respectively, and this year's cars, okay? So the Formula 1 cases with MIP may be as part of the program, working potentially more on the business side, the sponsorship and the marketing sides that we've had, some of the examples that have been working on in the past. On the other side, we have the GT Gran Turismo activities. That means to say our road cars, all the cars are built for owners. Okay, there's no stock whatsoever. All the cars are built individually, one by one, in line with the requirements of high net worth individuals. And the definition of a high net worth individual, it is something that you will see with the professors at the business caseness and the professor teachings at MIP altogether. And of course, the special series or the Icona cars, the supercars, are only accessible for the multiple or collectors that we have. And that's the same approach that we have with MIP, is to have open access only for those people who are long-term partners, okay? We cannot share all of this with all the universities around the world. We share that selectively through special series or iconic moments together with MIP. Brand directly is the 3rd activity and very close to the projects with MIP. It means to say the fashion shows of Ferrari, the Ferrari stores, the entertainment and esports that we have, as well as a dedicated culinary, that means to say dining for lunch and evening experience. Some of the case studies that we're working on are in order to improve what has been perfection in the past, how we can challenge our customers in all these areas to develop the Ferrari of the future. Here's the example of the fashion catwalk that we had The first edition was 9 months ago in Maranello, in the factory that you can see right now. And the second edition was in Milano itself, just around the corner from MIP, with the Milano Catwalk and Fashion Week, where we launched our second Ferrari collection altogether. A focus on the people, because it's the individuals that make the difference. Okay, we have different programs, call it Formula Uomo, Formula Donna, to make sure that we have a qualitative development and learning environment, the platform that makes a difference. Hopefully, Ferrari could be an example for you to be aware of during your programma at Politecnico di Milano. The focus on certification, it allows us to go and reach for excellency. But from a Ferrari point of view, be that an MAP partnership or what you see here with Top Employer, all of these offer us only the beginning and not the end. That means to say, joining MIP is the beginning of a new road, a new avenue in terms of learning, in terms of development, in terms of improvements, and hopefully to share that together with your professors, with you as a team working together, and in partnership with Ferrari. A few latest insights during March and February of this year, a number of initiatives that Ferrari's had. Have a look through Ferrari.com on LinkedIn, for example. You see the diversity of the activities that we have. So not only the development of fantastic cars and racing, not always winning, but we've had some very good successes during the first 2 races already this year. But there's a lot of more things coming, and we can share that when we are at Milano campus together with MIP. That's it from my point of view. I hand over the microphone back over to Anne.
All right, thank you so much. Basically, I'm now going to continue with the master's presentation. But first of all, I really would like to thank you very much, Mr. De Munck. This was very insightful. And just for our audience, this was like a sneak peek, right? So if you join one of our programs, then of course you will dive deeper into topics like this and hopefully also meet Mr. De Munck on campus in one of the programs. So not sure how I now can get back, okay, to the presentation, sorry. Okay, so basically, with this presentation, we also wanted to show some few selected programs to you as well. And I'm just going to provide you first a general overview of what these programs are about, and then focus individually on each of them a little bit later on. For all the programs, the location is Milan, Italy. For one of those specific programs is a dual degree program where you also have then a second location available. They are all taught completely in English, and they are full-time programs. So this means they are not compatible with work, and they're all starting in fall this year. So if you're interested in joining or doing your master starting this year, you are still on time and you can still do so. Depending from program to program, most programs have a duration of 12 months, but there are also a few selected programs that have a duration of 1.5 years. And depending on the program, also there may be different requirements. The minimum requirement is to have a 3 or 4 year bachelor degree. And then depending on which kind of program in general from our programs you are applying to, there may be specific requirements in terms of academic background, but you can always inquire this with us. If you have any doubts, if you're eligible for a program, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are very, very, very happy to guide you also before you start your application process on your options that you can have with us in the school. And the tuition fee can range from 18,500 to 21,000, depending again on which program you are going for. Like I mentioned before, the award that you, or the degree that will be awarded to you, is a specializing master degree from Politecnico di Milano. And in case of a dual degree program, there may even be a Master of Science added from the partner business school. Just to give you a really, really general timeline, because the programs are diverse that I'm presenting today, but the timeline is very similar. So you always start with your basics in general management. Then you move on to the core courses, where you dive deeper into the specific topics of the master that you are joining. And then you move on and you have the possibility to either choose electives or even a specialization. And at the end of the program, you have the opportunity to do an internship as your final project work or a professional thesis. In any case, during the complete duration of your studies, you are also going to work on your soft skills, right? So this is something very important. You're not only going to work on your hard skills at our school, but you're also going to working on improve yourself in terms of soft skills and even digital skills. And then you will also participate in a workshop on the topic of shaping a better future for all, which we hope, like I said, is a topic that you can identify with. So the first master that I would like to present to you is the International Master in E-commerce and Sales Management. So this is a very up-and-coming topic. The pandemic probably has even accelerated this trend of e-commerce. I think all of you somehow have already acquired something online, or maybe even do it, regularly. So most of you may think of a company such as eBay or Amazon if you think about e-commerce, but if you think about it, this topic is also more and more important for even local retailers. If you think about your local supermarket chain, they may even during COVID have offered the opportunity that you do your shopping online and pick it up there, or even delivered it to your home. And this is all because of a really, really elaborated e-commerce, let's say, structure that is behind this. So if you're interested in this topic, and this is a skill set that is highly requested by companies these days, then this might be the right program for you. So we really learn how to identify the first of all, what is the perfect or the best business to consumer e-commerce platform for you? How do you get your customers to your platform? How do you keep them on the platform? How can you make sure that they have a very smooth journey on your platform? How can you make sure that they are not abandoning in the middle of buying a product? And then once they bought your product, how do you deliver it to them? If it's clothes, it's one thing. If it's food, the story becomes even more complicated. So talking about warehousing, delivery of perishable goods, for example. And then also, how do you plan the demand and how do you forecast it? So this is a very, very interesting topic. And for those of you that are interested in this, this is one of our single degree programs where you start completely at MIP. As you even saw in the presentation from Ferrari, even if you think, even they have an online store, right? So originally, I did not think about this. But yeah, even big companies like Ferrari are going into the e-commerce business. So this is an expanding market. Then another master that I would like to talk about is our master in marketing management. And with this particular program, we have a focus on omnichannel and consumer analytics. So keep in mind, we are the business school of a technical university. So here we're looking at marketing from a rather technical point of view. So you will learn how to use, for example, big data in order to create a great marketing campaign. You will use data analytics for demand forecasting, for example. You will look at social media marketing, but even brand management within this program. And there is a specific focus on marketing the Italian way. So, for example, how are products of excellence coming from Italy, for example, like Ferrari, how are they marketed? And how have they become such products of excellence? And so if you can envision yourself in this kind of topic, the possible job opportunities afterwards could be brand specialist, trade marketing specialist, or even consumer insight specialist with this particular program. All right, then probably with the master in marketing management, you learn how to develop a marketing plan. And if you go for this master now, the master in media and communication management, you're very likely the person who takes the marketing plan, puts it into action, and really looks, okay, how can we now communicate the value of our brand, of our product, and our services? So here, of course, you're also going to learn about marketing management, but you're focusing more on communication, campaign design, and delivery, for example. You will learn about what is transmedia storytelling, and even how to use gamification in order to communicate your product well to the world. All right. So the next master is a Master in Luxury Management. This is a dual degree program that we're offering together with Neoma Business School in France. So this is rather peculiar. Here, structure of the program is slightly different in the sense you will spend your first term, has a duration of 15 months roughly, and you will spend your first term in France, in Reims. Then you will move for your second term to Milan in Italy, and your third term, which is usually your project work or internship, could be back in France. You could stay in Italy, or it could even be internationally, right? So here, for example, Ferrari is then really the top example that we can give of a luxury product, right? So with this program, if you already know the industry that you would like to enter, this is, and you know you want to enter the luxury industry, this is the right program for you. So here you're not targeting a specific job position or a specific role afterwards, but you look at the luxury industry as a whole. So here we look at marketing, yes, and communication, yes, but also you're going to learn about supply chain management in the luxury industry, for example, finance in the luxury industry. So you look at a variety of different topics, but always specific to the luxury industry, which I believe has different rules than the normal, let's say, business industry. So as you can see also here, in terms of what you can do after the master, you could go into purchasing, you could become a product manager, or even also here into branding and communication as well. All right. And just another program, always in the field of luxury, is our International Master in Luxury Value Chain. And here we have a specific focus on Italian excellence. So while previously with the Master in Luxury Management, you also will learn about the French excellence, here we're focusing solely on the Italian excellence, and this is offered together in collaboration with Istituto Philippine La Salle, which basically is in Pieve del Grappa, which is very close to Venice, and the majority of your time you will be spending there on their campus. You will have 2 weeks where you will reside in Milan and have classes at MIP, and then you will have local study tours all over Italy that will take you to different hubs of where you have the excellence of production of luxury goods. Right? So here you will learn more about local cultures, but also about global brands, of course, but also learn more about retail and e-commerce and models of sustainable development in industrial districts. So if you are more interested in studying solely in Italy, this may be the right program for you. Okay, just a few words about the career development program. So this is a service that you will have access to regardless of which master program you are going to join. And this is an office that is going to help you, first of all, to design your own career strategy and also help you to identify your skill set. And like I said, you are going to identify your strengths and weaknesses, and then also develop and practice your career skills so that you are ready then when it comes towards the end of your studies, that you're ready to go to the job market. You will be also supported in that. You will have, gathered a lot of connections throughout your studies through this collaboration with companies. But then you need to still convince them in the interview, right, when you apply for a job. So we will also prepare you for this part and help you so that you can secure an internship or a job later on. And in case this has made you curious and you're thinking about applying to one of our programs, just a few words. The program or the application is completely online, and you can apply in our application platform, applyformasters.net, where you upload all the requested documentation and you fill in the online form. And then you have to pay an application fee of 100 euros, after which we will invite you also to a motivational interview, which is part of the selection process. And once we have everything from your side, we have all the documentation that is needed, and you set for the motivational interview, everything will be sent to the admissions committee for their final evaluation. And we usually do give feedback within 1 or 2 weeks' time. This being said, we don't work with deadlines. So we always encourage candidates to apply as early as possible, just because the seats in class, the number of seats in class is limited. And in order to make sure that there are still seats available, the earlier you can apply, the better. At the moment, if you are considering the 2022 intake, you are still on good time. If you're interested in the Master in Luxury Management, my recommendation is to hurry up. We're about to reach capacity for that class. Just a few words on financial aid. In case you are interested in applying for financial aid from the school, we do offer this opportunity. Just make sure that you apply for financial aid at the same time as you are applying to the program itself. So this is very important because later financial aid candidatures cannot be considered. So make sure that you indicate this in your application. There's a dedicated question. Make sure that you indicate it there. And we are happy to guide you through the financial aid opportunities. Also, I always encourage you to send us your CV by email. You can reach us at infomasters@mip.polyme.it. You can send us your CV for a quick pre-assessment and also ask us any questions you like. We're very happy to guide you through the selection process, the choice of your program, or even if you have any questions regarding financial aid, you're not sure which options to apply for, we are there to guide you. And yeah, do reach out to us. I encourage you. And with this, I have finished my part of the presentation, and I think it's time for the Q&A.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, both of you already, for this great insights into the programs and into also the brand example of Ferrari. Great, thank you very much. And we are indeed going to the Q&A. Just to mention that the Q&A is generally for the live audience. However, if people watch the recording, just to remember, you can still write your questions, and they can be sent through by they will be sent through by email and to the staff, and they can come back to you afterwards. Okay. In the meantime, also I already opened up a couple of polling questions. I see some of you already found those. So thank you to answer those as well. That is appreciated. So we get to know you a little bit better. And we just opened the last polling question, being if you would like to book a personalized session. So that is possible as well. So go ahead and select that if you are interested in that. All right, so let's go to the questions that we have already received. First of all, Jessica asked, can you send me the brochure? I can just jump in to say that we are recording this session because I think that was being asked as well. We will send that to you. So you will receive the recording. In terms of the brochure, Annemarie, how does that work?
Yeah, definitely. So we are very happy to connect with you after the presentation. And if you can just indicate which program you're interested in, then we can provide you with a brochure, no problem.
Okay, let's check back in with Jessica and we'll hear back. Question from her as well is, does this course cover brand engineering?
I'm not sure which program you're referring to, but specific, if you could be more precise, first of all, which
I actually
program
saw that she just wrote another question. So it seems to be about the MSc in marketing.
Marketing. All right. Could you repeat the previous question? Sorry, Luke.
Sure. Does this course cover brand engineering?
Brand engineering, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so, but I'm very happy to look that up for you and then let you know, Jessica, right?
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Jessica. So we'll get back to you. Victoria has a question. It may have already been answered, but what are the requirements for application was being asked? And this was earlier on, I think, before you presented that, but maybe.
I think I can just quickly recap and also be a bit more precise here, because it depends. The Master in Luxury Management has as a minimum requirement that you have a 4-year master degree, whereas the other programs are accepting candidates with a 3-year bachelor degree. For all of those programs, any kind of academic background is acceptable.
Okay. Great. I hope that answered your question, Victoria. Thank you. Great. Next question. Stella asked, are internships at Ferrari possible during the master program at MIP? So it was written, given a response, but maybe good for people to know as well. Who can?
Mr. De Munck, would you like to take this one?
Of course, I'm all set for that. Of course. So yes, we have the internships. It may be not only dedicated to MIP. So when we have a specific internship project or even career opportunities, we will share them directly with MIP Politecnico di Milano and not with that many other partners. Why? The focus is on exclusivity, and that's why we have partnerships. The internships or the projects are typically at the end of your master course, i.e. we're looking then for your dedicated time and attention for a period, ideally of 6 months. It may be shorter at certain times. It may be a thesis project as opposed to an internship. But since your question was about internships typically would be in Maranello. It may be in Milano for our brand diversification team, the teams that are working on the stores, the Ferrari stores, the fashion collections, the museums, etc. But they would be for 6 months internships. They're all paid for sure. We have a number of advantages for that. And at the end of the 6 months, the point is to be a potential candidate to be hired for the long term. So the internships are aimed to develop the right talents, to test them, and to have them as an opportunity to come and join the company for the long term, and not only for the sake of doing 6 months together. Hopefully that answers your question.
I hope so as well. But thank you very much for that insights. And I think that already gave some good information. Otherwise, let us know, Stella, or anyone else for that matter. Next question we have from Jessica. So how technical are the requirements needed for the MSc in marketing?
So I assume this is regarding the admission requirements or the, yes. So just a little precision here. So it's not a Master of Science, the Master in Marketing. This is the master degree that is awarded by Politecnico di Milano, is a specializing master, a first level specializing master degree. Just to show a little bit the difference to a Master of Science. A Master of Science usually has a duration of 2 years and awards 120 credit points, and is usually in nature a little bit more theoretical, whereas our master degree, the first level specializing master degree, has a duration of 1 year, therefore awards you 60 credit points and is more practical in nature. So just to make sure that we don't have a confusion here. And the requirements to join the program is you need a 3-year bachelor degree in any discipline is acceptable. Candidates don't need any work experience in order to join this program. Ideally, they should have between 0 to 3 years of work experience, roughly. If you have more than 3 years of work experience, you could evaluate the International Full-Time MBA, for example, which may be more adapted than in that case. But if you have, this is roughly the profile that we're looking for. If you have any questions, if you're not 100% sure though, if your profile fits, do send us your CV and we're happy to help you out.
Great, thank you very much, Annemarie. Next question is from Jelena asking, is there a possibility of scholarship? So you did mention some options.
Yes.
What can you say about that?
There are different opportunities, and it's always financial aid in the form of tuition fee reductions. So we don't have any scholarships that cover, for example, living expenses, but it's always a discount of the tuition fee, which can cover up to 4,000 euros maximum. And like I said, you apply for the opportunity of financial aid at the same time as you apply to the program, so that if hopefully in a best case scenario and you are admitted to the program, with the admissions offer, you already know if you receive financial aid and if yes, how much. So before you commit to the program in any kind of way, then you already know what your final budget should be like.
Okay, thank you. And next question from Hamza. Hamza indicates, I'm a Moroccan student but studying in the Ukraine currently, and I would like to know, can I continue my studies at your university? I guess in terms of a transfer, I would assume.
Unfortunately, a transfer is not possible with the programs that we offer at the business school. There you could, join a master program, but you would have to start fresh. We could not accept any credits, unfortunately. if you're looking for a proper transfer, I would recommend to inquire directly with Politecnico if that's a possibility for the university.
Thank you. I hope that answered your question, Hamza. Next question, Ana Luisa is asking, I would like to know if there's any area of studies focused in renewable, sustainable energy, because I'm an energy engineering student from Brazil.
Yes, there is. It's not part of the master programs that I presented earlier, but we do have the Masters in Sustainability Management, and there are 4 different options actually, and there are 4 different programs in sustainability management that we are offering. One is in sustainable finance, the other one is in corporate social responsibility. Another option is in circular economy, sustainable management and circular economy. And the 4th one, which is currently slipping my mind, is sustainable industrial management. Yes, so we do offer also programs in this area. They were not presented today, but do feel free to reach out regarding those programs also to the email infomasters@mip.polyme.it, and we're happy to provide you with more information, brochures, and so on and so forth.
Great, thank you. We're getting thumbs up, so I hope that means we answered that correctly. So thanks a lot. Next question. Got a couple more questions that came in. Annabelle is asking, regarding the requirements, would a 3.5-year bachelor with 210 ECTS bachelor degree be accepted?
Here, depends. So for the masters in marketing management, e-commerce, and so on and so forth, yes, definitely. For the master in luxury management, this is not quite sufficient, though you can make up for the lacking credits if you have at least 1 year of full-time work experience. Then it may also be possible for you to join the master in luxury management. But just to make sure that before you apply to the program, if that's the program of your interest, send us your CV so that we can check before you start the application.
Okay, thank you. That answered that, Annabelle. Hamza is asking, can I work as I study?
Well, unfortunately, with the programs that I presented today, not really, in the sense that these are all full-time programs, and we tend to keep the students very busy. So let's say a typical day or a typical week in these full-time programs that we offer would foresee that you come on campus Monday to Thursday, and you will have classes in the mornings and in the afternoon. Typically, your day may finish at 4 p.m., sometimes even 5 or 6 p.m., depending on the day. And then you need to allocate for extra time. Of course, you need to think about self-study time. You will be working on assignments, which can be individual or group assignments. And plus, then usually also Fridays are reserved for activities, which could be on campus, or even they could it could be extraordinary activities like company visits as well. So really, you're busy every day of the week. So we don't really recommend to work while studying a full-time program with us.
Okay. Hope that answered that question. Thank you very much. And those were the questions we've received so far. So thanks, everyone. Again, for people watching the recording, you can still write your questions. So do by all means. And then Anna-Marie and her team can probably come back to you by email, or at least later to you. And do take advantage of that. We still have a couple of minutes left if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'd like to ask you also to still fill out the polling if you haven't done so. I'm opening up the last polling question to you right now, which is simply to know if you find the session useful, which is something we're, of course, trying to do and interested in. So thanks to let us know. And yeah, I think if there are no further questions, slowly we'll round off the session. From my side, I would like to thank already the 2 presenters that we were able to get on board. Great to see both Anna-Marie and, of course, Dennis De Munck from Ferrari as well. Thank you very much that you could be with us. We appreciate it, and I'm sure the audience did as well. And
Thanks
of course,
for
the
having
audience.
us.
Yes, thank you. And
Thanks again. Grazie.
thanks, everyone. And maybe last word over to you, Annemarie.
All right, like a final
Final words
goodbye.
to close.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Closing off.
Okay. So yes, I really hope that you enjoyed the session and that you got a little bit of a glimpse of how programs are delivered at MIP and also how closely we try to collaborate with companies so that you really get to have a very practical learning approach and that you can already apply all the knowledge that you receive in the classroom as well. Do reach out to us for any questions you may have. Don't be shy. And also my recommendation for you, and this is independent from whether you are whether you're going to apply to our programs, but in general, when you consider doing a master, try to get as much information as possible from the university, but also do reach out to current students or alumni, which is something that I would recommend because they, in the end, are the ones that can give the best insights on what the experience is like and what the program is like. So in case you would like to do that with one of our students, feel free to reach out. We're happy to put you in contact. And in general, yeah, don't hesitate to get in touch with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Grazie. Bye-bye.